So you want to start, Susan?
Oh, I thought you were starting.
Oh, I can start.
Okay.
Okay. I don't remember what point 1 was, though.
You were going to just talk about what is a vision board first, so
Okay.
before we kind
of. So basically, a vision board, a dream board, whatever you want to call it, an idea board, is something that you want to write your dreams on. It's something that you want to ask for, right? Like, it's something that you're willing to work towards, but it's definitely something you want in your life. You want to manifest it, you want to bring it into your life. Of course, writing it on a piece of paper doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen. You have to work for it. But we are going to write down a few ideas. We're going to talk about some foundational work to creating vision boards, and then we're going to give you guys a few minutes to look up a few things you want to add on to your vision board. Susan and I are going to share our previous vision boards, and then throughout the coming weeks, we'll just we'll collab, we'll do a couple posts, and we'll write what your vision board looks like. So we're not going to create a whole vision board in half an hour, right? Like, you won't be able to create it. It should take a fair amount of time to do a little bit of research to come up with some things. There's going to be 4 topics that you'll probably want on your vision board. One will be like physical wants. Another will be social wants, like your friends and your family. Another would be maybe spiritual goals. And then another would be financial gains. So I know a lot of times people get hung up on the financial, but it's so much more than that. It's not just the fancy car, the fancy house, you know, it's a lot of deeper things. Like, when I was creating ideas, I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I call it a dream dump. And I've heard this term before, where you just write your ideas down. And mine was spiritual growth. I want to just get more grounded with myself. I want to do a little more meditating. I want to clean my house a little more. I would preferably like to have somebody else do it, but this year I might need to step up my game, and I might actually need to start cleaning. Personally, I'd like to have some less excuses in my life. I would like to dial in my nutrition a little more, and I'd like to read 12 books. So I'd like to read a book a month, which for me is actually a pretty big goal, because I do Audible. Like, I am always listening to podcasts in Audible, but I feel there's some value in sitting there and actually looking at the book, you know? So for me, that's a goal of mine, is to read 12 books. Yeah, and definitely I put in more travel. I am going to narrow that down in the next week and decide where exactly I want to travel, because yeah, I just said I wanted to travel more, because for me, that's part of spiritual as well. I feel more connected when I travel, and I can engage in history of where I am. I don't want to just sit on the beach, although I will just sit on the beach. I like to just immerse myself in the culture a little bit more. So that for me, so yeah, we'll talk about dream dumps. So that's what I wrote on my dream dump. So that was just 2 to 3 minutes of me just scribbling down what I kind of wanted to see on my vision board. So
guys, is it too loud for you guys?
No, I can't hear you.
No. Okay.
But if everybody can just mute themselves, that way if someone walks in the room or says something, then it's not.
How do you do that?
Yeah, that's it. And are you on a phone or computer?
Oh, you got it muted in.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
We're good. So
Okay. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So that was the first thing. I don't know if you introduced yourself when you started, but I guess everybody knows us anyway.
I did.
So I'm Susan, and I wanted to talk before we get into the dream dump, and Becky will go maybe a little more detail after that, and we'll get you guys to actually do a dream dump. I want to do the first step, and this is, we did another vision board with another coach, and this is where we kind of got these ideas. So the first one is to reflect on the story, reflect on last year, the challenges, the highlights, the growth, the focus. So I'm going to go, because when you reflect, it holds a lot of answers to where you may have been stuck, or where you're running negative stories or limiting yourself or things like that. So I'm going to ask you guys some questions, and we'll give you a couple minutes to kind of just jot down as much information as you can about the question. So last year, think back, what went really well in your life? So it could be physically, spiritually, socially, financially. What went really well? So I'll just give you guys a couple minutes to do that, and then we'll move on to the next one. And I know some people, when they think about this question, or at least I did, it's like, oh, well, that didn't go well all year, so I can't write that down. Well, you can, because I did a fitness program from January, February, March, and I was all in 100%, did it like to the max, all in. So even though like maybe the next month wasn't as focused, I still had that win for that 3 months. So even write those little wins down, because sometimes we go, oh, well, I didn't really do this all year. Well, no, but that's okay. Like, where were the wins that you kind of celebrated throughout the year? Or maybe you just started like a fitness program. It might not have been perfect, but you actually did something. Or maybe you started, just making small changes in your life. So those are all things that went well. So I'll give you another minute and we'll do that.
Yeah, you really went all in with 80-day obsession.
I know. Even I was in Dominican for 2 weeks and I didn't have any dessert or any drinks.
And all inclusive in Dominican.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have ever happened.
I'll tell you though, the 2 weeks I was there is probably the best trip I've ever had. I felt so good when I was there.
That's pretty cool.
Really,
that says a lot when you come home and you feel accomplished.
I felt really good. And normally I come home, I'm sick when I get home. My stomach feels like crap, blah, blah, blah. I never had any of that. I wasn't sick when I got home. I didn't have any of the travelers issues. And I actually lost weight while I was there.
That's great.
Which has never happened before. Never happened before.
And especially at
all right, I know. Because me and sugar we aren't the best of friends. So when I eat it, I usually balloon right up and I'll go away. And somebody will go, oh, I gained 2 pounds. I'm like, yeah, well, I gained 10. So get it in my face. But that's the way my body kind of reacts to stuff like that. It just goes right off the deep end. So yeah, it felt good to do it. Okay. So the next question, what didn't go quite as planned? So what were some things that you kind of so for me in my business, I wanted to get a certain rank and I didn't quite get there, but I did get to a point where I was able to go to a conference. I didn't really get to the actual goal I wanted, but I did get somewhere in between. So it wasn't a total like, okay, I blew it out of the water. It was just kind of wasn't, it's something I know that this year it's going to be on my vision board because it's something I want to work on. You're recording, aren't you, Becky?
Yep.
Okay.
So don't fuck up.
Okay. Well, the sound is already masked, so hey, we're good. If you don't like swearing, you might want to mute.
Yeah.
Becky and I we do swear a little bit. Okay, let's move on to the next one. What did
Hello?
you totally rock? Hello?
Hi. This is Anna.
Hi, Anna. So
Hi, so sorry I'm late. I'm just leaving work, so.
No problem. We're just going through I'm getting people to reflect on some things of last year. So if you're driving, don't write this down, but just listen.
No.
We did record it, so you can kind of go back and do it later.
Okay.
So I'm just getting people right now to answer the question to themselves. Write it down if you can. What did you totally rock last year?
Okay. All right.
So Anna,
I can think of that.
you just want to mute yourself because I can hear a lot of static. So if
Okay,
you know how to
sorry,
do
I'm
that
just,
on your phone.
let me just get out of here. Sorry. I'm trying to get out of the door. Okay, is that better?
Yeah. So if you just want to
Okay.
mute yourself, it just makes it easier.
Okay.
So I'm just getting everyone to write down, like if you're driving, don't write down, but think to yourself, what are the things that I did last year? I just want you to reflect, what did I do last year that I totally rocked? So write that down, take a couple minutes and think of all the things that you totally rocked. And they don't have to be huge things. They could just be like, for me, that 3 months of me just doing the nutrition bang on, like I totally rocked that, right? So little things, it could be just something small, but what do you feel? And it's not maybe what I feel or Becky feels, what do you feel you totally rocked? So you want to write that down. Could be, like I said, physically, socially, spiritually, financially, got a raise, did some kind of big project at work, or you started doing yoga and you stuck with it, or you got a yoga, took training or upgraded stuff, whatever you consider rocked, is you want to put that down. All right, and the last question I'm going to get you guys to reflect on and write on, which probably will be the easiest for most people because no one tends to want to kind of think about the positive, or they struggle with the positive. So this one is, what did you struggle on the last year? It could be your nutrition, it could be your fitness, it could be financially, it could be your mindset. Like, was it negative the whole year? You found you're were always beating yourself up? Did you say you were going to do reading and you totally blew that out of the water? Were you like, spiritually you wanted to do more and you it just went by the wayside because you let work get in the way or whatever? But what did you totally struggle with in the past year? And these are all questions that you want to reflect on, so then you can see where did I do really well and where was I stuck? And then where I'm stuck, why was I stuck? Like what was the story that I was telling myself that I couldn't do this, or I'm not good enough, or why I gave up? Like what was the story that was going through her head? So when you do the why did I struggle, you want to maybe go beyond that and go, okay, what was the story I'm telling myself that I gave up, that I quit that program, or that I stopped doing this, or I stopped showing up, right? What was the story? And that'll allow you to, because if you do a dream board and you just, okay, so I have a dream board from 2 years ago. I just pulled it out. And a couple things I did manage to manifest, and then the rest of the dream board, no, because I stuck it in the corner and I didn't even do anything with it. You got to work it to make it work, right? So, but if I know where I struggle and what my fears are and what my thing, then I can work on it to get to that goal. But if I'm not looking at the dream board and I'm not reflecting on, okay, what stopped me last year from reaching that goal, then it's just a waste of paper, right? It's just a waste to put it on a board. If that makes sense to you guys. Make sense? Okay. Becky, do you want to touch on the dream dump or dream drop, or what you call it?
Yeah, for sure. So I touched on it a little bit before, but I think this should just be all the juicy stuff that comes to you when you start visualizing. You start imagining what you want for your next year to come, or next years to come. Like, you can repeatedly put the same thing on your dream board over and over and over again. I mean, this can be long-term goals and it can be short-term goals, but it should be the juicy stuff that comes to you authentically and unapologetically. You can write it down. If it comes to you immediately, it's meant to go on your board. And most of them are embarrassing because they're huge, and you think that they're unattainable, but they're really not unattainable. You just have to work a little harder for them. But I mean, I honestly, like I say, when I look at my dream board last year, I was embarrassed, but I know that those things will happen if I continue to manifest it. I continue to look at my dream board and I continue to work towards it. So I want you to know that there is nothing stupid that is going to hit that piece of paper. That, I mean, if you have thought of it, it's meant to be yours. Like, there's no stupid goals. There's no stupid visions. Like, if you want to have a Lamborghini, you want to have a Lamborghini. Like, I mean, if it hits you, it's meant to be.
Can I interrupt for a sec?
Yeah.
If you put it on the board and you're going, yeah, I'll do that, like I'll get that, it shouldn't be on your board.
Right.
These dream boards are things when you look at it, they almost want to throw up. Like you're wanting, like, oh my God, I don't want anyone to see this board. Like they'll think I'm crazy. Like, I'll show you my board while we're at it. See, so you can see, like, it's kind of a little bent, but like some of them are not too bad. Like they're like, I want to redo my office and I want to redo my living room, things like that. But like 15 star diamond, that's a huge rank in Beachbody. And I wanted it to be that by summit of this year, which is July. So that if I showed that to someone, I'd be like, they think I was crazy, right? Because that's a huge goal, like a huge goal, right? That's like putting on my board, I want a Lamborghini by December, right? But if you don't put them on, then you'll keep shooting low. You'll keep creating these dreams that are just like, okay, right. I want to read a couple books this year. Well, you can do that. Like, don't put on the things that you know you will do. Put on those big things that you're like, holy crap, I don't know if I can do that. They want to make you throw up. That's what I always say.
Definitely. Like, if you have
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead. Yeah.
I don't see Susan Can anybody else see Susan? I can hear her, but I can't see her.
Oh, it's you can just change your view. Are you on the laptop?
No, I'm on my phone.
Oh, yeah, on your phone, I think you have to scroll through. Your
But
phone.
oh yeah, if you scroll through, okay. Scroll
Yeah.
to the side, swipe to the side, and then it should come up
Yeah.
like,
It just comes up with a little pic, like a little. It's not you.
yeah,
Is it
that's my
face?
phone.
Yeah,
Susan,
keep
right?
scrolling.
Keep going.
She's in the file.
Oh, there you are. Hi. Oh, okay. All right. I don't do these. Can you tell? I don't do.
No,
I've never
it's just
done one of
my-
these. So.
But how
My-
amazing is this, right? That you can like literally get together. Like I had
Oh,
a Christmas party with 16 strangers on. I never met a single one of them, and we were all sitting here drinking cocktails on Zoom.
Yeah. Now I see it. Thank you.
But
Thanks,
it's
girls.
so awesome.
Oh, it's just because I have I don't know, my mic is not working on my laptop. So that's why I have like my phone. It says Susan's iPhone and then my actual picture. So that's why.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
I didn't know you could scroll across either. That's something I learned tonight.
You probably don't do Zoom on your phone very often.
No.
It's harder on your phone, I find.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do the dream jump for a few minutes and just write some things. Yeah. And like Susan says, they should be unsafe things. Like, don't write if for example, we have a trip planned in March or April. Don't write that on your vision board because you already know it's going to happen, right? Like,
And if you want, share them in the comments. I don't know how to do the comments from my phone.
it's frustrating on your phone. It's hard. It's at the very bottom. You have to scroll up.
No. Well, if you're on a yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll just, after we're done doing the dump, we'll get everybody to share like one thing.
I can share. I'll screen share my vision board and Susan's vision board
Yeah.
right now. Let's see if I can do that. I don't know how we'll come across on phones, but we'll give it a go. So can you guys see this? This is Susan's dream board.
That's my newest one.
Yeah. So she has,
So I have,
oh, sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go. It's
Okay,
your,
so I have, so I have a family, it should be Disney trip. I didn't check my spelling. And that trip for me was like, my kids are 20 and 23, but I'm the Disney crazy person. They could care less if they ever go, but I'm like, you're coming with me if I go. So to me, that trip was like the top of the line, everything paid for, like the best of the best. That's the trip I want to take with them. Then I have 5-star elite, which is a rank in our company, which is quite a big rank. And then on the sides, all like my kitchen, my living room, and my den, to renovate those. Motivational speaker, I really want to be a motivational speaker, like be on stage and speak. I put best body yet. So, yeah, I don't really have much to add to that one, but I'm going to just drop the excuses this year and just give everything I have to myself. And that includes best bodies like nutrition, fitness, and also mindset. So the whole package, not just like, oh, the 6-pack abs, like everything. I like to go with a more plant-based diet only because I know that's when I feel the best when I do that. And then the deep spiritual connection, because I really feel it's important when you're connected to yourself, when you're listening to that inner voice, because it's the one that's going to lead you to actually obtain all these goals, right? So whether it's meditate more, or I've been actually on the path to getting that one done because I'm involved in a few groups that are really about meditating and connecting and kind of stuff like that. So, and taking more time for myself, that's a big part of that spiritual connection, not just like go, 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 push, push, push. But like I'm trying to write in my journal every morning gratitude, and then I finish my workout with like a 5-minute, 7-minute meditation, and then I pull cards at night and I journal if I have time, and try to do more reading that kind of fills my soul, not so much business kind of related. So that's kind of my dream board. I know that I'll probably change it and add stuff, but right now that's the start of my dream board. So
Love it.
yeah.
And I'll see if I can show mine. So, nope, it just wants to stay on yours.
One thing I'll say about mine, there's certain ones as I read through it, I was kind of like, oh yeah, okay. So I know that has to come off my board, because it wasn't like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying that. That's a big goal. Like, it didn't make me kind of nervous. So then I know it's not big enough. Right? So then do your board, and you may change your board like a few times. So don't worry about that. That looks good, Beck.
Oh, this was mine from last year. Early last year, when I really didn't know how to do a vision board. And
It looks good.
I literally shot for the stars. I had never done a vision board in my life, and I was just kind of like coming up with some things. Obviously, I have a passion for the sun and the sand and the ocean. So I wanted to go on some more tropical vacations. I always wanted to have a house with a pool, and most specifically an indoor pool. We actually managed to get a house this year with a pool, but it's not indoor, but it's still a pool. I wanted to be, and this is on my dream board for this year, is I want to be one of our Beachbody Challenge winners. So somebody who's lost a significant amount of weight and kept it off. So it's a dream of mine to be on that. I despise cooking, so it's my goal to get a chef. And then this again is just to have my best possible body and to maintain my best possible body. Oprah is, I would love to listen to Oprah speak in person. I think she's an amazing speaker. She has so much to offer. I love her spiritual connection and her guidance. So I thought it would be pretty cool to listen to her speak. And ironically enough, my mom and my sister went to go see her this year, and they hung out with her in Houston. So they kind of stole my dream. But it's all right. And this, the thumbs up is I want to volunteer more. I want to get more involved in my community. I want to just inspire more people through community work and charity work. The big house was Pinterest. I just Googled bigger houses. This is not my dream house. I do not want to clean this house, and I don't want to have staff to clean my house. So this is not realistically my dream house. I do want to own a Jeep at some time. I would love to have a Jeep. And the couple on the beach is I would love to spend more time with my forever boyfriend, Colin, and just connect with him more on a deeper level. And $1 Million Club is I would like to break $1 million in the near future. So that is my dream board from last year. So obviously some of it made me want to throw up. Some of it was a little unrealistic, but still did. So that's mine. So how did you do yours, Susan? You did yours through PicMonkey too?
I did it on PicMonkey, but I actually like Bristol board and pictures better, because I just like, I'll go on Pinterest and pick pictures and cut them out, or get magazines and cut them out. And I just find I like that better. Like I'm the same with other things. I'm a pen and paper girl, so I find I remember stuff better when I write it down. So I'm going to take the vision board that I showed you guys on Pinterest, or PicMonkey is what I did it on, and I'm going to redo it like on Bristol board, and then I'll show you guys. But we're going to share with you guys some YouTube videos of different people doing vision boards so you can get more ideas. And some people will use, like, we didn't have a lot on our vision boards, but just quotes or things. Like one girl's YouTube video, she took a quote every year in the very middle. She'd have a quote for the year. That was her quote. Be the dream, you know, could be the dreamer of your dreams, or whatever kind of. I always say, if there's no light at the end of the tunnel, light that bitch up yourself. Like, that's my quote. Like, that's my favorite quote ever. So you could find a quote that really kind of just lights you on fire and put that in the middle. And then you could have other stuff like throughout your board that really just kind of motivates and inspires you. So you could do whatever you want. Like, there's just, and you can make your board kind of like, okay, here's going to be my physical part, like my health and fitness, and then a portion of it be about your like financial stuff, and then maybe spiritual, and then social, or however you want to work your board. It's really kind of all up to you. So when you look at it every day, it kind of just lifts you up and motivates you.
Yeah. And I actually listened to a
Yeah.
podcast today about vision boards, and it was by Ed Milet, who is absolutely amazing. He self-promotes himself a little bit too much, but he's amazing. And he was saying that it's a great idea is to look at your vision board or fantasize your following day 20 minutes before you go to bed, because that's often what's in your thoughts when you're dreaming and you're sleeping. And then when you wake up, you've actually already manifested. So you wake up and that's the first thing you're thinking about when you wake up, and you're more driven to work towards that goal. So I thought that was pretty cool, because the last thing I do before I go to bed is lay in bed and scroll on my phone. That doesn't help me. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. But another thing that goes along with the dream board is on our call that Susan and I went to with another coach, she was also saying that it might be a good idea on one page to do a dream dump. So all things, the 4 pillars that you want to work towards, your spiritual, your physical, your social, and financial. And then on another page, you can even write common things that are your limiting beliefs, like why you think that those things can't come true, like you're not smart enough, or you're not strong enough, or you're not determined enough. Write those on another page and rip that page out. Rip that page out of your journal, throw it away. It's gone. It doesn't serve you anymore. It's of no purpose. And I found that I was really therapeutic. Like, just the action of actually ripping it out of my book and throwing it away, I was like, shit, I can burn that piece of paper now. Like, it was just a really big soulful moment for me. So I thought that was pretty cool that she said that. So if you want to write your dreams and then your limiting beliefs on another side, you can just throw it all away. But yeah, your vision board should be your roadmap to where you want to go and things you want in your life. That's all I got.
Yeah, so I guess we just wanted to keep it to a half an hour. Like, we didn't want to do too much for you, like overwhelm. But if you want to focus on those questions and just sit down and take time, like, don't rush through it. Take time and answer those questions. Do a dream dump. I find first thing in the morning is almost a really good time to do a dream dump, when you get up and you're like fresh and you're ready to go. And you might want to just take a week and do like a dream dump. What do I really want? Like, really sit with it, and what do you want before you even start, or go through magazines or go through Pinterest and just pick stuff out. Just constantly pick stuff out and see what kind of resonates with you and what kind of lights you up and what excites you, and just do it that way. So we're gonna post in the comments other YouTube videos. Once Becky's gonna upload this video, upload this Zoom call so other people who couldn't make it can watch it. And then in the comments, so it doesn't kind of get lost in the group, we'll post some other videos that we watched that we liked. In the comments, you guys can watch some other videos of like bloggers or something that do vision boards. And like Becky said to me earlier when we were chatting, a lot of these bloggers that have like 100,000 people following them, they do it on Bristol board with cutout paper, like pictures they pull off Pinterest. Like nobody does it on the computer. They do it where they can hang it on the wall and see it every day. Because to me, this first vision board I did, I stuck it in there and I never went in there. Right. So
Right.
it's no good to you if you're not going to look at it every day. So we'll post those in the comments, and then we're going to redo ours and we'll post them. So then you guys can post yours in the comments when you're done. We want to see everybody's vision board and see what happens.
I went out last
All right.
night. I bought my board. I
Ooh,
went
nice.
and bought my board.
no,
It's sitting over there waiting. So
Yeah.
I'll get it.
ready to
So
go.
yeah, so we'll post ours. I'm going to do a new one on Bristol board because I like have mine on Bristol board, and then we can post it. So then hopefully as we post, people will see it and then they'll post, because I think it's really important to have a vision for your life and not just kind of, whatever. Because I think you shoot low when you don't.
Yeah, nobody wants to live mediocre.
Nope.
Yeah. All right. Well,
That's-
thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Hopping
Nice
on.
to meet you.
You too, Angela. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Night, ladies. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks, Susan. Bye.